Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Joe Tyrrell and welcome back to GP Blog. Toby, we're back. We're now 1 week out from the first ever Las Vegas Grand Prix. Well, kind of the first ever. We have been to Vegas before, but not for a long time. It's returning, this new crazy track, and it's going to be the coldest race in F1 history. Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's not looking like a particularly good weekend so far, from all the things that have been said. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be the coldest Grand Prix ever because of the decided time of the race. For some reason, it's a Saturday night and we'll finish around midnight, with F1 saying that it's because of the viewership kind of from Europe, so it makes it a bit more accessible for European fans to watch, but it could really affect how the race plays out and basically could ruin the whole weekend because of how cold it's going to be.
Yeah, the track looks absolutely ridiculous. Like, it's just like massive straights. We're going to have... I think it's going to be I personally, people are saying, oh, it's going to be a rubbish race. I think it's going to be absolute chaos. And I think it's going to be brilliant. Like, I'm always an optimist. I think it's going to be chaos. I think that run down to turn one, I can't remember which side of the track it is, but the run down to turn one, we're going to be slipping and sliding all over the place because you've got cars not knowing what their temperatures are like in their tyres. I think it's going to be chaos. I can't wait. I don't know. I'm not looking forward to the whatever time, 7 a.m. start or whatever it is on Sunday morning. But I think it's going to be chaos. I'm excited by it. I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one.
But quite potentially, it's a 6 a.m. start for us. I don't know about the circuit, to be honest. Like, I think I said it last week, it's very Red Bull dominated on paper because of the fact that there's three straights, and I think it goes one massive straight into a left-hand turn, and then you're on the start-finish straight, which means that Red Bull is just going to probably get like 5 seconds ahead every lap just because of that. Which, like you said, it could make it a bit fun for those kind of battling for second and third, but it seems like a Max Verstappen win already.
I think turn one is going to be crucial. If anyone fancies sending it up turn one on Max Verstappen, well, we don't know. The thing it's got going for it is the fact no one knows it, and the tyres and the temperatures are going to make it so unpredictable. That's all it's got going for it, really. Which is, I'm just taking so much inspiration and hope from that, because I'm just hoping someone does send it up turn one and either makes it past or takes out Verstappen.
It could easily happen, to be honest. It wouldn't surprise me if it's Lando Norris because of how well he's been performing recently, and he seems to be second best to Max Verstappen every week. And as long as he gets a good start, would not surprise me seeing him dive down the inside at turn one.
Yeah, that would be really nice. And then he either gets down the inside of turn one or he takes out Verstappen because his tyres are too cold. He can't do anything, and he just locks up or something. Like, I'm just hoping that something like that happens, because it'd be such a shame for them to... I mean, there is no logic to having a race in Las Vegas. Absolutely zero. But it would be such a shame if they didn't. There is so much like potential with like the whole show, I think. Like, the whole weekend is going to be quite a spectacle. At least I hope it is.
Well, it seems
Talk to me
like
about
it's been
that.
planned to be a spectacle, but they've blocked off all viewing points from bridges and hotels that can see the track to make sure that people pay to watch the race. But then the issue is no one's wanting to pay the prices that they've set out, and we've seen a massive fall in the prices of the tickets on the secondary market because no one's buying them. I think I saw a Saturday, a ticket for the race was costing somewhere between like 16 and $1,700, and now it's down to 1,000. So it's almost like a 50% drop because no one's
Yeah.
wanting to pay the price.
They're getting a bit desperate on that front, so maybe it's not going to be a good spectacle. Maybe I'm completely wrong, but it would just be a shame if they put all this money into it, all this time, and it was just a complete flop. because it's here to stay as well. Like, it's not going anywhere in a hurry.
Especially
So
with the
F1 needs it
amount
to succeed.
they've put to develop like the paddock and build the track as well, and all the grandstands and
Yep.
everything.
Like,
To see it flop would be awful, but I wouldn't be surprised if it does flop.
yeah.
I think it's going to go one or two ways. I think it's going to be an absolute dud, and we're going to forget about it until next year. We're never going to remember it. We're not going to remember who won. It's going to be boring. Or it's going to be the most absurd weekend ever. Like, we'll start with FP1. It'll be one thing. FP2 will be a completely different thing because the temperatures are dropping and dropping and dropping. Qualifying, the difference between qualifying and the race is quite significant, isn't it? It's like 2-3 hours, I swear.
Yeah, I think it's 2 hours.
2 hours. Like,
I think it's an 8 p.m. start for qualifying and then a 10 p.m. start for the race.
oh, it's a later start for the race.
Yeah,
Oh, I thought it was an earlier start for the race.
no, I believe it's later.
Quickly double check that. But
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
I thought it was like, yeah. I thought it was
No,
the
I
other-
am wrong.
Is
yeah.
it the other way around?
It's sorry, yeah, it's a midnight start. So it's a midnight start for qualifying.
Yeah.
And then a 10 p.m. start for the race.
Yeah. That normally we see like maybe a 1 hour difference, if any difference, between quali start time and the race start time. But that 2 hour difference, especially with the conditions they're going to be facing, we could see like I'm no expert on Las Vegas geography and temperatures, but we could see like a fair few couple of degrees drop in that period of time, I reckon. And so that's going to make qualifying so different from the race. And I'm holding on to all the hope I've got, the fact that it's going to be chaos. And that's going to play into, because this is the last chance of another team winning, I think. And that is the chaos factor is what's going to get another team to win other than Red Bull, because Abu Dhabi is going to be Red Bull.
100%.
Yeah, well, it's crazy to think that it's already the penultimate race of the season.
Yeah.
Like, to me, it still feels like there should be like another month of racing, but we're finishing earlier as well, so that's probably
Yeah.
why.
Compared to previous years, we've been finishing mid-December in previous years, and
Yeah,
it feels like only a few weeks ago was the start of the summer break, but obviously now it's November, the winter's coming in, and it's going to be very cold this weekend. But Toby, thank you very much for joining me. Enjoy the first ever Las Vegas Grand Prix, and fingers crossed it's a good one. But until then, catch you next time.